dedicated. It's Nishmas Bizi.
Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. Shir sponsor Mishpas Arabic Kashol now Sitzchok. We're holding Metzia Daf Chofei. We're starting the Mishnah Daf Chodal and base. Today is Purim. And Beis Hashem will see one connection in the Daf to Purim. Beis Hashem, no base. We'll get to it. So the Mishnah. Ve'elu chayav la'achris. The following things you have to be machris, you have to announce. Motza peiros b'kli or kli k'mochihu. You found fruits in a vessel. You found the vessel. The vessel is a simon. Mois b'kis or kis k'mochihu. You find money in a pocket, in a wallet, or you find the actual wallet. The kli is a simon. Tzivuri peiros. You have piles of fruits, or tziburi mois, piles of money. Rashi points out that the siman can either be the minion or the mocker, either the place or the mocker. When the chofeh went on top, shloisha matbeos ze'al gavzeh, 3 coins one on top of each other. Krichois b'rishus hayochid. You have the bundles in rishus hayochid, as opposed to what we learned in the first Mishnah, which was krichos b'rishus rabbi. The kikoroi shabal habayis. And you have the breads of balabais, which because it's unique, each one has its own simon. You take the wool that you take it from where it's being processed in Beis Haman. Or you have a barrel of wine or oil, also it's unique in Chayav L'Achris. And this is all basically flip. Many of them are the flip what we learned in the first mission.
Not necessarily lost.
Yeah. We're in the Gemara Daf Kafei Mudalef. Simot Taimo the Motza Peiros Bekli Umos Bekis. You found fruits in a vessel, or you found money in the pocket. Hakli v'lefon Peiros. But if you find the vessel and the fruits are not in the vessel, they're in front of the vessel. Or kis v'lefon Mois. You find a wallet and you have the money in front of the wallet. So then is a regular shalom. You can keep it. It's not in the keys. You don't have the simon anymore. This is like we learned. Matzo kli v'lefon peiros. You find a vessel in front of his fruits. Keys v'lefon mois. You find a pocket, your wallet in front of his money. That belongs to him. Why it belongs to him? Because that's not a simon. Miksosom mekli miksosom gebekach. You have part of the fruits in the vessel. Part of it is in front of the vessel. Part of them is in the wallet, and one is in front of the karka. Then you have to announce it. Because then, what's the simon? You see that part of the fruits are in the vessel, part of it out. It's probably the same thing. So it probably belongs to the same person. You have something that has no simon, like fruits. Next to something which has simon, like what? Like the pocket. You have to announce it. Rashi takes his, and he says, I'm not interested. What's out is not mine. So Rashi goes, other Rishon a little differently. But Rashi learns that he says, I only need the kli, and the fruits are not mine. The fruits are outside. So he got the Shem Simon. So Rashi over here, even if you have something, if it's something next to each other, I'm not going to say the fruit because the part in kli, you have to give it back to the owner. So Rashi learns the pshat is tsune piri is fruits, and it's basically fruits and things like fruits, which they're very easy to tsune piri. It's something that when you have part of it in the kli, part of it out of the kli. So you're saying, then you have to machris not that. But when you have a kubi kidney, so then they spill out. Let's see Lashon Rashi. Rashi says, "Alik tani Yerushaloi the kubi kidney. Ki git mutel to bishtan lefnei. You have a bucket. In front of it you have the flax, linen. Tevadaya pishtan laim kubi nofel. It didn't come out from this box. Why? Timi no nofel anishtarebo. Something would stay inside. For what in the keys of our mois my time. Same thing with a wallet with money. The one that says that you have to give it back because when it's someone that has simon, it's like someone ain't simon. So when you have like few fruits and something like fruits that slips out easily, how do they translate sano? Small jars, sano piri.
Basket and produce.
The basket. So sano piri, you talk about
the basket and produce.
That these things that are slip out from the big basket. So I'm saying, what is the Gemara saying? What is the question? And the first one, the first rice we brought is that if you have fruits in the kli and fruits out of the kli, then you have to be machris. But if it's everything out of the kli, you don't have to be machris. And now we're saying that if it's dova shein b'simin, like next to dova shein b'simin, when you have a kli and fruits, you have to be machris. If the owner says that is, you have to give it, then you can keep it. But if not, you have to be machris. So it's a contradiction between the two. So once it depends which type of material. If the material is very easy to slip, so then you say, oh, so you have to be machris. But if not, it's something that should have stayed inside. Toys says the opposite. We're going to see in Pari which example is which, but that's the idea.
So look, if you have a sealed box and next to this kind of the same thing, you have to assume it's separate. No?
Yeah. If you don't assume it came from it, it's separate. They're both talking about fruits, basket of fruits. So according to Rashi, that's what it means. Even by fruits, if something stayed inside, you have to be machis. That's what it means in the second brisa. But if nothing stayed inside, you don't have to be machis. They're both talking about that they're not there. The question if the vessel is facing the fruits or is facing the other direction. They're both facing the fruits. Here's when you have some a lid to the kli, so that prevents the fruits falling out. And if everything fell out, that means it wasn't in it. And there's no lid, so it would probably fell. If it fell out, it fell out. Just to mention that there's a k'tzais over here, important k'tzais. The k'tzais asks, we're assuming that when you have something in front of the kli, there is a tzad, if you have a reason to believe so. I say that fruit belongs to the kli. Why? It's karev. It's right next to it. So as the k'tzais, we know the rule is roiv the karev, you go with a roiv. So I have fruits over here. Where the fruit came from? If you go based on the majority of the world, it came from somewhere else. Someone else lost it. Karev is next to the fruit. The mistake is right next to the pile. But roiv the karev, right? So why are you going here with a karev? That's a question like this. And the answer that he says is that this is not considered to be karev. Karev means close. But if it's inside, you don't say karev. Inside, next to the kli means it's part of the kli, according to the shittas of the Gemara. So that's why this is different. And this is part of the discussion over here. Says the Gemara, tzibur pairs, tzibur mois, you have piles of fruits or money. Shabbos meaning have a simon, the count going based on a number. Tani tzibur pairs, don't say tzibur. You want to understand the means of piles, the number of piles. So you're not going based on the piles, you're talking about one pile. Shabbos meaning mokar have a simon, so what's your sign? The mokar. Tani tzibur pairs. In other words, you don't have a rhyme from here. Speak the mokar or a meaning, but I don't know which one is which. You have three coins, one on top of each other. Yitzchak Migdala, that was his name. They're built like a migdal, which is one on top of each other. Here, the Ratzchais, there's to talk about the fact that Yitzchak Migdala, he said migdalim. He said this idea that the coins are one on top of each other like a tower. And his name is Migdala. So his name is still what he said. His pshat because what he said, that's what they call him that way. Or it happens to be that someone with that name came to say that word. Interesting, just so he says, it's built like a migdal, which means, like I was going to say in a moment, you have a big coin, above it a smaller coin, above it a smaller coin. That's a raya that someone put it there. Tainam yachi matzal mois before Zoris found coins that are separate, they're scattered. Harei shaloi. Assume kemigdalim. It's like a migdal, like a tower. Charav lachris. Ve'elim assume kemigdalim. What does that mean? Shlosh mat beis gavzeh. Three coins one on top of each other. So when I go back to Shava matzal mois before Zoris, say if it's scattered, harei shaloi. Ha mishal chafesh l'chuvi. But if they're somewhat on top of each other, they're not organized like a tower. But they're above each other, but they're not scattered. Charav lachris. What should you have to do achos? If it's built like a tower, but if they're not like a tower, not organized in that way, so that seems to be a contradiction. Whatever is not a tower is a fuzaris. That's what it means. I mean, it has to be a tower, and whatever is not a tower, that means scattered. It's only of three different kings. If the coin is the same king, meaning the same currency, so you don't do achos. So what we're talking about? Either so you can build like a tower, So even one king, it's built like a tower, you have a simon. And if it's not like a so what's the difference if it's scattered around, so there's no simon. Similarly, that's how to say it. Meaning that it's like you have 3 different coins because they're all different sizes. What does it mean? And more explains. The bottom one is the widest one. And then the middle coin is above it. And the smallest one is above the middle one. That means that's a right that someone placed it that way. It doesn't fall like this. They all fell and all one above each other. But they're not, there's no specific order. Even though they placed away each other, it could be a fill. You don't consider this to be something that was placed that way. So happened to be, but not enough when they fell together. Then it says even according to our Yeshiva here, the Goy says a little differently. The Goy says the Rambam learns the Birch is not arguing that even melech echad yumachris mean that even if it's the same size. My machris, what do you announce? Says the Gemara, minyan. You announce the minyan, which means you announce the coins. So meaning you announce that I found 3, or I found 2, and you will come tell me what did I find. I found this number of coins. I say the number. Well, you might hear close to your trade now, so that 2. 3 and 2 should be equal. That's what we mentioned in Shabbos. What's the difference? No, he's not going to announce the number. He's going to announce I found coins. Minimum amount of coins is 2. So everybody knows it's 2. So if it's a 2 doesn't work, you have to say 3. Now here, this part, when I was in school, we did a big presentation with coins to show how this is. Because you can make a whole diagram. Kashir Mao means that it is in a circle. Shir is lashon a circle of a ring. Keshura Mao. Shura means when it's a line. One line. Kechatsuva Mao. Chatsuva Mao, it's 3. It's like a sego. 2 and 1. Tripod. Kesula Mao, like a ladder. Which means the majority, the way it is, Rashi says, at the bottom coin, the top coin is partial on top of it, partial on the floor. And then not on the floor. They're like steps. The bottom one, one on top of it is a little indentated out of it. One of it basically looks like steps. So partial miachad, pshat miachad. I'll bring you one right. You put in what's it called? A piece of wood, and you're able to pick them up in one shot. And here actually says come to answer sulam. Sulam is put on top of each other. If you put a kisam, make sure it doesn't fall, you're able to pick all of them together. So that's considered to be that it was placed there and you have to do achros. What Rashi? Rashi asks, something more that kafei on base. Ke'avni base kulis smell. What's avni base kulis? Rashi says it's a name of the Zohar. I'm going to explain what it is. You find scattered money, real shloi. Ke'avni base kulis, if it's in its place like over the Zohar, chayav lachros. Ve'elim avni base kulis, what is it? Achaz v'kan nachas like a behem. Once or another, you have one on top, that's over the Zohar. And that is, it was done that way, not doing that way. Today's mentions over here, by the way, that even though we know throughout Chad, it's called a markulis, but it's called the beast, but markulis is just a nickname. You want to give it a bad name, call it markulis, but really the real name of it is beis kulis. It says in someone finds a coin, and someone tells him, that's fine. Chadoshi, it's new. Niroinisi, meaning Rashi says Niroinisi, in newer case of Kosovo, the Caesars written on it. Shemef Ploini, Lora Maklum. That's nothing because all the coins are like that. Even if he has his name on it, it's paid more by us, by stars, by bills. I have my name signed on a dollar bill. Lora Maklum. If you ain't simon you don't have a simon to coins. Maybe he used the dollar bill, gave it to somebody else, that someone put it out. That's why, and it got lost, it fell from somebody else. Okay, Zog the Mishnah. He found behind the fence, or agapo is, where Rashi says you have a wooden fence that has on it something which is sealing it. Stimas koiso shalets. So yeah, behind a fence of wood or a fence of reed, because those with kusharim, he finds tied bird chicks, or in the pathways in the fields. Should not touch it. Matzo clay ashpo, that's what we mentioned before. He finds a kli bash, he finds a kli in the garbage. If it's covered, if it's revealed, he cannot do machas. Right? Says the Gemara, my time. What's the idea with the birds? Maybe someone placed it over there. When the guys can take it, they won't have a simon. Because they placed it there, there's no simon. He'll kill the shafkino, they leave it there, and leave it there until someone comes and takes it. Why didn't it say that the knot, that you tie it up together is a simon? They're tied with their wings. It's a standard knot, nothing special. So what about the Avim Simon? What about the place? They move around. One second, if the cave says they don't belong here. We don't know if the cave is somewhere else or someone put it over there. The have is suffix, it's a maybe was placed, maybe not. Any suffix inuach, don't take it lechatchila, and b'diavad, you take it, you don't lo yachzer. Now, here, there's many shittas in the Rishonim to understand this Gemara. Because, first of all, the Rishonim give us that there's three different levels of Metzia. There's a Metzia of Moku Sherim Mishtame. In the middle of the street, we spoke about it on Shabbos Daf, Moku Sheravi Mitzuyim, that's Efker. Yeah, you can take. Then there's a place which is Moku Mishtame Mamish. Someone's house, or someone's hotel. You're responsible to give it back, you have to put it back there and you have to make sure it's there. Then there's something like this, which like Gemara said, it's like in between. We're not so sure. It's a suffix inuach. It's not mamish v'shtamir, but maybe it's also not so mufkar. So don't touch it. What happens if you did touch it? So when it says lo yachzir, what is lo yachzir? So here we have many shittas in Rishonim. Rashi learns lo yachzir is not lo yachzir the leleiko diyav simona. There's no simon. The guy who came to look for it is not going to find it. So you're stuck. So just keep it. Don't take it. But he took it. What can he do? Too bad. That's how Rashi says. Taisus learns, don't take it, don't bring it back. Because if you bring it back, he maybe gave up on it anymore. You have to make sure to find the guy. Don't bring it back, you make sure you find the guy. Then there's a difference in the Rishonim. What happens if he was there the whole time and saw the guy didn't come? So the Taisus and the other Rishonim discuss. So say, okay, no, if you know he didn't come, then put it back there. Don't put it back, because maybe he came in the meantime, he didn't find it, he gave up on it. And then you have the other shittas in Rishonim that they learn that he needs to, it's similar to Taisus, but according to Taisus, Pshat is, well, it depends where you are, and you have to be machas and not machas. Other shittas in Rishonim learn that he's responsible to give it back, and he needs to he has to do achros. Lo yach, don't put it back where it is, but you have to machas it to the binding by doing achros and going after it like everybody else. It's like a regular Metzia. So either you treat it like a regular Metzia, or there's a special thing how they treat it, or it becomes yours according to Rashi. He finds a kli in the garbage. If it's covered, don't touch it. And if it's revealed, do achrazu. Find a kli covered in the garbage. A garbage is going to be removed. So yeah, you take it, you do achrazu. Kubikasi is like cups, different types of cups, and sakini v'himnik. Sakini is a knife, himnik is a fork. We'll get back to that in a moment. The kubikasi lo yogo. Kubikasi Rashi explains because that's what that they're big kalim. Don't touch it because people will put their midas and don't touch it. Sakini v'himnik, a knife and a fork, noitul machiz. Why? Because it's a small kli, probably someone just by mistake put it in the garbage. Because they both took a big kli. Depends if the garbage is going to be taken out of the place or not. If it's going to be moved away, so it's mamish aved midas, right? Sorry, the one really brings is a question. What means of course you can take it. It's So he does, he threw it away. Says the Gemara, it's not meant to be moved. What happened was, he put it in the garbage. We mentioned the Bava more in Shabbos mentioned. We learned on Shabbos we mentioned it. He put it in the garbage. The garbage is not supposed to be moved away. But then the Mitzvah decided that they move it away. Now it's being moved. So then that's why it's a problem. So that's what it says. That's why if it's going to be moved away, then you have to take no lachas. And if not, leave it over there because they had put it there purposely. That's what it means. Because the ashpa is about to be moved away, so you need to be machas. What does it mean? The words, oh, the ashpa is going to be moved away. It's not being moved away. We're talking about big kelim, small kelim. Meaning, small utensils are being thrown to the garbage. It's a normal thing. Many times, spoons, right? And you talk about cups. We spoke about forks and knives. So that's what we say. If it's a small kli, you can assume the most probably what happened over here, this kli was thrown there by mistake. So that's what you can take it. If it's a big kli, he probably we're talking about it was hidden. He probably hid it in the garbage, and then you don't take it away. And then Papa's answer is, depends if the garbage will be pushed away or not. Now here, we get to an interesting connection to Purim. Because what do we say over here? What is this kelim? This kelim that we're talking about is sakini v'himnik. Sakini means a knife. What's a himnik? A fork. What is a fork? What do we do with a fork?
Eat.
We eat with a fork. We eat with a fork because we are so we're so influenced from Western manners. That's what we do. It wasn't so pleasant for us to show you what exactly you do with a fork. To an extent, the Rabbeinu Chananel says over here, just fascinating to see. If you have it inside on your daf, Rabbeinu Chananel says, he goes to explain. Pirush and it's the last line in the Rabbeinu Chananel. In the new Tfus, I'm not so sure. Pirush Emnek Kli sheyesh bo shnei roshim kegoyin hamazleg sheyesh lo gimel shinayim. Has 3 teeth. What do you do with a mazleg? V'derech bnei Yavon, the people in Greece, lachzik chatichas habasar, they hold the meat with a fork. Ulachtoich masaki, and they take the knife. They do something very weird. They hold the fork. You hold the fork, and then they cut with the knife. Then after you cut, you use that fork to eat it. Don't want the hands touching the meat cloud. So he's telling us, in the Greeks, that's what they have. They use a fork and a knife. As brought down, you see in many of the Makarios, I saw always used to eat with their hands. That's used to eat. The Shlag goes on to explain how the hands are part of the Tzuras HaAchil of Adam. Never eat with a fork and a knife. Bnei Yava did a fork and a knife. He says, well, what is the fork doing? That's what you're doing. As I state in over here, that's Bnei Yava. In the Aruch it says, it's not Bnei Yava, it's Bnei Paras. The Parsim, the Persians, eat with a fork and knife. Why? Because the Gemara in Brachos of Chesed Bey says, there's 3 things I like about the Persians. They eat b'tznius, they eat nicely, they do tashrish nicely, and they go to Beis HaKisa nicely. B'tznius, they do it in the right way. So they know how to eat, they know how to do it the right way. So the civic called Ma'am Mordechai, and he says over there, what pshat that the Parsim doing dafka this. So he says, the Gemara tells us that a human being has 6 parts. 3 is like a malach. He has a das, he has a neshama, things like a malach. 3 things he's like an animal. The 3 things like an animal, eating, tashrish, and Beis HaKisa. The Persians know how to respect the animal part of the other. That's why they're very careful in these 3 things. So here, that's what the Aruch says. That's John Agmar. They use a fork and knife because they're very respectful. They know how to eat in the proper way. That's what they're doing. And this comes out to be the shoyish. Why it seems to be that Purim happened dafka in Malchus Chashreya or Malchus Paras. Because the Persians, that was exactly the point. They really understood the mechabed the gufa adam, but they didn't mechabed the next level. They didn't know the like a ruchnish adam. That's what it says. The Maharal learns that when it says Achashverosh called Vashti to come, Chazal say that she says to come because of Malchus, so she come without clothes. So says the Maharal, he says, I don't think it means completely naked. Completely naked, that's not, who does that? He says, especially the Persians are very tsanua. He says it means to come without big malchus. Go with regular clothes. Why? When you're full of jewelry and you have those special garments of a queen, of course you look beautiful. I want to show you that just regular, simple clothes, she looks beautiful. That was the point. She didn't want to do that. But that was what the Chiddush tried to do. Because really that's the whole preview to the Megillah. To do it without all the Ginuni Malchus, without all the things which are more mechubadik. They're very respectful, but only in the lower part of the Adam. And that was the whole idea of Purim is to Megillah, that even in the lower parts of Am Yisrael, what they have all the Kedusha and Aliyah and all the great things, everything comes. The Gilu is within. Without having all the big Malchus, you still have the Malchus with us. That's really in Kudah Purim. So here, Aruch says the Persians eat with a fork. Okay, very good.